I would say she's been dead anywhere from 8 to 36 hours. She's cold and stiff. From the hole in her forehead, I'll make a wild guess and say that was the cause of death. But until I do the autopsy, I won't know for sure. I can say for certain that she wasn't killed here, though. Not enough blood, Katie stated. Serena nodded. Head wounds bled profusely. But this woman... not any blood. At least none that I can see. Serena pursed her lips and narrowed her eyes on the woman's head. Something's just not right. Straight, dark hair. Slender. Tall. Athletic. But there was something familiar. I don't want to move her until Mickey gets here. Mickey Black, the CSU photographer, would get the pictures from every conceivable angle before Serena would move the body, and then he would take more pictures. But she could take in as much information as possible while she waited on him. As she continued to study the woman's face, recognition finally came like a punch to the gut. I know her. Stunned, Serena straightened and looked at Katie. Her name's Leslie Stanton. She was in my graduating class in high school. You were a senior when we were freshmen. Katie took another look, then shook her head. She doesn't look the slightest bit familiar to me. Serena lifted a brow. Death has a way of messing with a person's looks. I'm sure she would prefer the yearbook picture. She paused. Where's your partner? Serena had no idea how Hunter Graham worked with Katie Isaacs. The woman could be crass and downright rude, but she and Hunter had developed a relationship that worked for them. And Serena had to admit Katie seemed to have mellowed a bit since being shot a few weeks ago. Katie said, He and Alexia took a little trip trying to track down her father. Hunter Graham and Alexia Allen, two of Serena's closest friends, needed the break from the trauma they just lived through 4 weeks ago. Someone had been after Alexia and almost succeeded in killing her. Fortunately, she'd escaped and Hunter was determined to stick close while she searched for the father she hadn't seen in 10 years. Katie shielded her eyes with her hand and looked at the crowd behind the tape. Chad's here working with some of the other officers asking questions, trying to find someone who saw something. Detective Chad Graham, Hunter's brother and a bit of a loose cannon, but likable enough and a good detective. He was going through a nasty divorce, but Serena noticed he was learning to leave his personal life at home while he focused on the job. Another man caught her attention. Tall, with broad shoulders and reddish blonde hair. He was an all-around good-looking man. Hey, isn't that Colton Brady? What's he doing here? Katie looked over her shoulder. Yes, he was transferred to our department 2 weeks ago. Word's out that he has his eye on the captain position when Captain Murdoch retires in a few months. Serena bit her lip. Huh. She watched him move through the crowd, stop to speak to officers, and then engage in conversation with Chad. He had an air of authority around him. It would be interesting to see if he got the captain's job. Mickey arrived and, after briefly greeting them, got to work. Serena stepped back, tilted her head toward Katie, and refocused on her news. So they found Alexia's father? They think so. With all the feelers they put out, they finally got some hits. A homeless shelter director in Charlotte, North Carolina, said he thinks the man's been staying there for the past week. Serena continued her observations, making notes and studying the area around Leslie. When Mickey finished snapping, he said, We can turn her now. I'll snap while you move her. After positioning the gurney next to the bench, Serena motioned for one of the CSU members to help her. Together, they hefted Leslie onto the body bag, placing her face down. Serena stepped forward and moved the woman's head. The condition of the back of Leslie's head brought Serena up short. Bullet went through the back.